but they don't belong in the newsroom.
This just in, scientists discovered that Canadian bacon is actually ordinary ham.
This made a lot of people very angry and has been widely regarded as a bad movie.
Miserable bloody Romans, no sense of humour.
With what Dr. Ashland just said, do you concur?
Don't talk to it, Mary. Don't encourage it.
We're just like Kevin Bacon.
The only thing that will redeem mankind is cooperation. I think we can all appreciate the relevance of that now.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Hollywood Thumb, a short-form movie news podcast brought to you by the parent podcast, It's Just Two Movies. My name is Daniel King.
This is Dave.
What's up, Dave? Let's go ahead and jump into it. I got a lot of shit to cover. There's obviously been a big film festival in Venice, so that's
This is the first I heard.
Well, it's fucking all the movie news.
I've been hearing some of the news from the D23.
Oh, yeah, there's stuff on that, too. Yeah, and we'll come back around to that, because I've got some stuff on the D23 Expo as well. But first off, House of the Dragon has 113 times the average demand for any series worldwide.
113 times?
113 times. So I'm not positive what that means, but that sounds...
I was about to ask. What does that mean?
I don't know. There's just more demand for it, I guess.
The average... Yeah. I mean, what is the average demand of the show, though? Probably pretty low.
How do you figure out what's
trending?
How do you figure out what demand for a show is?
It just seems like somebody made up some stats
and just some shit
this
up,
is math, and it's 113 times.
Right. So, have you seen any House of the Dragon?
I have not. I have not seen any of Game of Thrones either.
Me neither. So I figured I would jump in
nice.
on since it's a prequel. I was like,
yeah,
I'll
actually,
jump in and
thought
check
about
it out.
doing that too and checking it out.
I'm 3 episodes in. It's pretty good.
Oh, nice. Of House of Dragons.
Yeah. It's
what's it called? House of Dragons?
House of the Dragon.
Of the Dragon?
House of the Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is just the singular dragon, but there are multiple dragons in it.
Already? Like in the show already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like there's dragon in episode 1. It's great.
Oh, cool.
Looks very cool. Anyway, somebody finally kicked fucking Top Gun Maverick and Bullet Train out of the box office #1 spot. Barbarian takes a stab at #1 for box office earnings or whatever. Stars Bill Skarsgård, who I'm a huge fan of, Zach Gregor, Georgina Campbell, Justin Long, Matthew Davis, and Richard Brake.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything of this movie.
Me neither. Now I want to watch it, though. I didn't even know it was out. I didn't know that it existed. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Bill Skarsgård, so I would be very excited to check that out. So yeah, this giant film festival in Venice... This is all the movie news. Like, if you go look up movie news, you're going to see, oh, this movie got a 12-minute standing ovation. This movie got a 17-minute standing ovation. That doesn't mean shit to me.
Is that you'll see that in the headlines?
Yeah.
Like, people will stand that long and clap for a movie?
I think it's because they, bring out the cast, and then they bring out the director, and then they bring out the people that help make the movie, and they bring out the whatever, and they bring out the craft services people. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But it's just a bunch of wealthy people patting themselves on the back is what it sounds like. Now, they do give awards, which I do care about. The actual amount of time for standing ovation, that doesn't read to me as whether or not the movie's good.
Right.
So I don't know. But a couple of the films that were in it, just to hint on a few, The Sun, which is Hugh Jackman and Laura Dern starring The Sun. Darren Aronofsky's The Whale starring Brendan Fraser. Bones and All, Blonde, The Lord of the Ants, Don't Worry Darling, White Noise, The Eternal Daughter, and Bardo.
I did hear of The Whale, with the Brendan Fraser new one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Evidently, it's quite good. But there's been a lot of drama around Don't Worry Darling, and frankly, that's the kind of stuff I don't really care to cover on this show, because it's kind of tabloidy.
Yeah.
But if you want to look into it yourself, there was some kind of stir between some issues between Olivia Wilde, Florence Pugh, and Shia LaBeouf. So I don't know what they entail, and frankly don't care. But it just sounds like somebody stirring the pot, you know what I mean? But speaking of movies at the Venice Film Festival, all the Beauty and Bloodshed won a Golden Lion, which is a pretty prestigious award, I believe. Kate Blanchett, Colin Farrell win acting prizes. What are probably little ribbons that just say "good job" or whatever, you know.
Participation.
Right.
You acted well.
It's not really a surprise though. I mean, Colin Farrell, Kate Blanchett, they're masters of the craft, so I'm sure it's magic.
Do film festivals just like it doesn't matter if you're low budget, high budget, you can enter them?
I am not fucking for sure how that shit works. Doug touched on it briefly on another episode of It's Just Two Movies. Where he was talking about like taking his short film, like picking festival venues to show his film at.
Yeah.
And the way that he explained it to me is your movie or your film is the food, and the film festival is like the restaurant. So you wouldn't go to like a Mexican joint and order a cheeseburger.
Right, yeah.
Because it's not what they do there. You know what I mean? So
and it's just whatever the demographic of your film is, you want it to kind of align with the festival.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I didn't know if it was kind of specifically for looking for new talent or if it was just kind of almost like a music festival, but just movies where you go all day and you watch, 5 movies and...
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the stuff on the bill here looks like art house stuff to me,
right? And that's what...
without having seen any of it. But I'll run through some of the awards just because I think that's probably noteworthy stuff. The Golden Lion for Best Film, All the Beauty and Bloodshed. Grand Jury Prize, Saint Omer. Silver Lion for Best Director, Bones and All. Special Jury Prize, No Bears. Okay, cool name for a movie. Best Screenplay, The Banshees of Inisherin.
Of Ed Sheeran?
Of Ed Sheeran, yes. A Volpe Cup for Best Actress goes to Tar, played by Kate Blanchett. Volpe Cup for Best Actor, All the Banshees of Inisherin, played by Colin Farrell. Or I guess he's in that anyway. The award for Best Young Actor awarded to Taylor Russell for his performance in Bones and All. Horizons, I guess that's a different section of awards or whatever. Best Film got World War III. Best Director for a film called Vera. Special Jury Prize by Bread and Salt, or for Bread and Salt. Best Actress Vera, played by Verna Gemma. Best Actor World War III, Mosen Tenenbaum. I have no idea how to say that guy's name. Best Screenplay, Blanquita. Best Short Film, Snow in September. Lion of the Future, the Luigi De Laurentiis Award for Best Debut Feature, Saint Omer. Horizons Extra Audience Award by Nezo. Nez O-U-H. N-E-Z-O-U-H. Not familiar with that. Venice Classics, Best Documentary Cinema, Fragments of Paradise. Best Restored Film, Branded to Kill. Venice Impressive, Best Immersive Experience, The Man Who Couldn't Leave. I wonder what that's all about. Guy who he gets held up trying to get out of the door.
He probably lost his legs.
He probably visited my parents and was trying to leave, and
he was just like, "Oh no, just one more thing.
What's your rush? What's your rush?" Special Jury Prize, Eggscape. Grand Jury Prize, From the Main Square. Cinema of the Future, The Maiden. Director's Award, Wolf and Dog. People's Choice Award, Blue Jean. Critics Week announced earlier, Grand Prize, Essemeyer. Yeah. I mean, that's, it's just a bunch of cool-sounding art house movies. I don't know how many of these I'm going to watch. If it turns out like 3 movies out of this were like really, really fucking good, I will hunt them down and watch them. But I would say the majority of these I don't really give a shit about.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like some of them might even been Bollywood or something with how the names were written out.
Yeah, some of that's like, I'm not even going to take a crack at trying to pronounce that. That's no way, bro. So D23 happened recently, which is like the Disney Fan Club Expo where they show off all the shit that they're getting ready to make or getting ready to release. So you said you got some D23 info there?
I mean, not in particular, but yeah, I'm following D23 just a little bit, checking in on some of the updates that they're announcing.
Check some of it out.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, I guess the past couple years I've been following, like the weekend that they'll do D23, I'll kind of follow it. But now that Disney has acquired everything it's just it's a lot more interesting. Because even the the one I wasn't expecting, or just didn't even think of because it was Lucasfilms, and I usually only think of Star Wars out of that. But the Indiana Jones 5 stuff coming out.
Indiana Jones 5 got some they got some costumes and like concept art. So looks cool. I've never been a huge Indiana Jones guy, but we'll check it out. I like those types of adventures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was excited to see that. Did you see the picture of the Thunderbolts? The Marvel new movie Thunderbolts is going to be the
got the whole cast in there though, all of them.
Yeah, I feel like it might. I mean, they might kind of still be. There might be more people they add.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I was glad to see. What's his name? Can't think of his real name. The Winter Soldier, Stan. What's his first name?
Oh, Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan.
Yep.
Yeah, I was glad to see him on there because I think every MCU movie he's in, I really like his character.
Yeah, I just like him in general as an actor. He was in Pam and Tommy, which we watched. I really, really like that. I was in a Hulu original movie called Fresh. Really good. Really good. Just kind of a fun horror.
Nice.
Like a fun horror. That's good. Good stuff.
Oh, did you see the guy who played Kingpin, Vincent
D'Onofrio?
Yeah, he's going to be returning in the Echo series as Kingpin.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, everybody kind of assumed that that's where they were going with Murdoch, or the actor who played Daredevil, coming back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm really happy to see that.
That's good casting, man. I really like Vincent D'Onofrio. I think he's great.
Yeah, and I really like how, with all the multiverse stuff, they've kind of given themselves free range of taking the good actors that they want to keep and just kind of discarding the ones that they want to reboot.
The other stuff off, which is not dissimilar from the way they do comic books. So that works for me. Actually, though, like Disney dropped a lot of stuff at D23 this year. The Mandalorian Season 3 got a release trailer. Which I did not get a chance to watch the trailer, but I also don't watch The Mandalorian, but I do know it is wildly popular.
Right, yeah, I think the Mando as the standalone 2 seasons is the best like live action TV show they've put out so far. Yeah.
Well, I've had a couple of people mention to me, just like, in comments and DMs and stuff, that they are supporting the idea that The Mandalorian might just be the best Star Wars thing that exists.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Wouldn't say that?
I would say the Clone Wars, the animated TV show.
That's the one Jackson always he's championed that one for a long time.
Yeah, but I've loved that era of Star Wars. So that was my, like, if I had to choose an era for them to write an animated series that's going to be 7-8 seasons long, like that would have been the era, and they did it well. So. Nice.
They dropped a new Little Mermaid trailer. You get a look at the live action reboot starring Halle Bailey. Or it might be. Is it Halle? It looks like Halle. Surely it's not Haley Bailey.
It might be.
It might be Haley Bailey.
I doubt it. She'd get more fans that way.
It could be though. Disenchanted got a trailer, which is a long-awaited sequel to Enchanted. It looked like they got the same, like, Amy Adams to return for it, so that's cool. If you're into that, that's cool. It's cool that she did a. Well, I feel she's like coming back for the sequel.
I feel like it's almost perfect timing because the people, or the young girls who were into it then, or who the demographic was for,
have kids now.
Is now, wanting to share that experience with their kids. So I feel like, it's perfect time.
And there was an announcement that Inside Out is getting a sequel.
Oh, I did see that. And they announced that Amy Poehler is for sure returning, but they didn't say if Bill Hader
Bill
or...
Hader's not. Somebody
else,
they
said for sure not?
Somebody else dropped out of it too. Bill Hader and... Gosh, I can't remember. It wasn't Amy Poehler, though.
Who was in it, though. But did you see the Lion King live action prequel coming out?
Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Do you have any interest in that?
The Lion King.
Lion King. Mufasa days.
Yeah, I didn't actually see the live action Lion King because I didn't care for that. Because I heard it was just straight... Well, I heard it was just almost like shot for shot, the animated movie. Yeah, so that's why I didn't really care to see it. But no, I'll be down to watching a prequel, like a different story, but with Mufasa.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess like if my wife or kid really want to see it, I'll
it's not something I'm going to the theater to see, but
I'm not going to put this on of my own free will though. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much interest in that. I did see a trailer release for Spirit of Halloween, the first ever movie based on a store.
Oh, word?
Yeah, word up. So they're just it just looks like a fun kind of Halloween horror, scary movie type of thing, but it's just a movie called Spirit of Halloween. And it takes place in a Spirit of Halloween store.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And since they are just like pop-up shops, I feel like they're probably all over the nation, right? Where like everybody knows of them.
Yeah. I think as far as like the US is concerned, they're very popular. There's a lot of things coming down the pipe. And I've got the list, like the release schedule for films for the rest of the year. But what is today? As we're recording this, it is September the 10th. Let's take a look at what we're getting for the rest of September. Clerks 3, Unseen Skies.
Oh, I did see that was only Clerks 3 was only coming to the theater for a weekend. Mm-hmm. But then there was a bunch of, not fan backlash, but fans showing interest. So they're actually going to put that into multiple weekends.
Nice. Very nice. The Retaliators, MVP, See How They Run. The Woman King, which looks pretty dope.
Oh, I think they're advertising that on the UFC fights.
Yeah, they probably
remember them saying that.
Yeah, it looks pretty badass. Pearl, which I am excited to watch. Moon Age Daydream, God's Country, The Silent Twins, The Falconer, Simchas and Sorrows. I don't know what a Simcha is. Don't Worry, Darling, The Railway Children Return, On the Come Up, Wicked Game, The Swearing Jar, Yakuza, My Imaginary Country. Okay, yeah, My Imaginary Country, that's what it's called. Abnormality, Bros, Smile, Vesper, Dead for a Dollar, The Good House, Argentina 1985, and 1618. I don't know what the fuck 1618 is. Are you anything in there pique your interest, Dave?
I honestly haven't heard of many of those. I've always liked the story of like isn't the Yakuza kind of the like the Japanese
mafia?
Mob? Yeah, mafia, yeah. Yeah, I've always been interested in those stories.
It is a very
and Clerks 3 I'm down to see.
It's also a very popular video game franchise, and evidently the games are quite fun. I've never played a Yakuza game.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Is it based off the game?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I just looked this up today and I was like, huh, weird. Which, I mean, you could definitely call it Yakuza, because like you could make a movie called Mob.
Right.
But if there was a video game franchise called Mob and it wasn't about that, wouldn't you change the name to something else?
I don't know though, because because it would almost be, I'm trying to think of a good, like a or I mean, it could be like the Bloods or the Crips. It's already a name of something.
Right.
So if you're, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah. Of those, what I am looking forward to is Pearl. I really.
About Mr. Krabs' daughter?
Yes.
Live action.
The live action SpongeBob, Mr. Krabs' Daughter, the Whale Pearl movie.
Nice.
No, I recently watched X, which is directed by T. West. It's an A24 release. Loved it. Like, I really, really liked it. And it was so successful that they made Pearl, which is a prequel to X. So, same cast, stars Mia Goth as Pearl. But Mia Goth is also in X, but she's not Pearl in X.
It's a slasher film?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's a prequel to that, so it looks pretty fucking sinister. I really, really liked X, so, I mean, they got T. West to direct this also, obviously, because it's his deal. Just really looking forward to that.
You know of any other of those movies? Some of those are just...
let's see here.
My Imaginary Country, that stuck out.
Bros is it's like a rom-com with two gay dudes.
Oh.
One of them's just like a bro,
I don't know.
And the other one's not. He's like a nerd or something like that.
I don't know what streaming service. Something was pushing ads. I have seen an ad for that now that you said that. I watched a
trailer. I saw a trailer for it on another movie I watched. Yeah, I mean, obviously not my thing, but I do know what that is. Wicked Game. I feel like that might be a remake of something. On the Come Up. I have no idea what that is. Sounds rom-com-y. Don't Worry, Darling. I've seen some stuff about that in the news, so I don't know that I'm interested in watching it. I think I'll wait until like more non-film critics see it and see what people say about it before I check that out. Moonage Daydream is a David Bowie movie. So, if that's certainly lots of people are into that. The Falconer, I don't know what that's about, but I would be interested to watch that because I think falconry is interesting. Clerks 3. I mean, those are the only things on that list that I know that's coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming out in October that I'm like really, really looking forward to.
All the Halloween.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that another time when it gets a little closer.
Yeah, you mentioned the Game of Thrones TV show. Did you check out the Lord of the Rings one at all?
I did. Yeah, I did. And we'll
What's
talk
that
about
one called?
It is called Lord of the Rings: The Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can talk about that during the regular podcast. Do you have anything else you'd like to add, Dave, before we kick on out of here?
No, I'm ready to get on out.
All right. Well, we do appreciate... Yeah, get scat. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you telling a friend, to leaving a nice review if you could. That'd be just lovely. Again, my name is Daniel King. This has been Dave, and that's been the news. Good evening.
That's just grossly inappropriate.
Come on, Ed, it's bullcrap!
A saucy line will not get you far with me.
He's not the Messiah! He's a very naughty boy! Stop being such a dick.
No, it's not schizophrenia. It's just a voice in my head.
Your love of the halfling's leap has clearly slowed your mind.
Good speech. Nice and short. Leaves more time for drinking. Break out the ale! These men are thirsty!
The Hollywood Thumb is brought to you by It's Just Two Movies and is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios. Both can be found wherever you get your podcasts.